having a little bit of an edge is a big deal.
Having a bait that's gonna hang right there in their face, you're able to trigger so many more of them into biting. Gotta have a bait that will cast really well.
Mavrik right there. Every single part of those trebles, it is insane. You know, all jerk baits are definitely not created equal, and having the right bait with the right action, the right attributes, it makes a massive difference. You know, it takes a team to build the perfect product a lot of times, and Rapala came to the whole pro staff and said, what do you want in a jerk bait? They put every attribute that we all sort of wanted into this bait to create the complete premium, okay? Out of the box, tournament ready bait. Boom. That's how you like them, get it. Front hook, big smallmouth right there. There you go. That's a good one right there. I would say the Mavrik's off to a pretty good start.
You want an erratic action. You know, you want something that when you twitch it, the bait's gonna dart back and forth and that kind of stuff, but it has to be fairly consistent at the same point in time.
You know, the game has definitely changed over the last few years with technology advancing and forward-facing sonar becoming a major player. And the one thing that you just notice is how often bass suspended fish is the #1 thing that a jerkbait can trigger better than any other bait out there.
When they get those thing red lines, it's over.
Oh.
It's one thing that's really key about jerk baits. If you can get one that has 3 treble hooks, you have a much better chance of landing these fish. You can see all 3 of those trebles right in the side.
Having a bait that suspends perfectly on those fish is so important. That's exactly what this Mavrik does. That's a nice chunk. That Mavrik is the best suspending jerkbait I have used in a very long time.
When I look at a perfect jerkbait, one thing I gotta have is a great action. Castability is huge, especially when I'm looking for, you know, making that perfect cast, whether it's around a piece of cover or I'm actually seeing a fish out there on my graph. That is a huge deal in generating bites. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Exactly how you want them to get it right there. She's got it all up in the front hook, the second hook. I mean, she was not getting off. That red line treble did a number on her. If you don't have the right hooks on the right jerkbait, you're not gonna catch the fish.
I look at those hooks as being a pretty light wire. Having those red line treble hooks on it is really a security deal. So often those fish come up and they just kind of nip at the bait. So having that light wire hook is really key for those light bites.
The angle of the hook is a huge deal, has good barbs on it. It is the ultimate treble when I'm looking to get a fish in the boat. And at the end of the day, colors are a huge part of that as well. Everything from the colors to the eyes to the O-rings, everything on this bait is a premium. It is the full complete system for your jerkbait needs.
A couple things you really have to be able to do when utilizing live sonar with the jerkbait is having a bait you can make a good long cast with, because so often you may see that fish at 50 or 60 feet away. Reel the bait down, get it diving, and then get the bait down, start working it, try to get it to that last little bit of depth. The fish came up under it and took a swipe at it. Man, that's a prime example as to where those thin, super sharp hooks just come in play to hook one in the top of the head like that when they just swipe at it. It's a caught fish when you wouldn't have caught it otherwise.
So I can just go snap, snap, and let it walk underneath the water, just over left, right. And then you snapping it and throw slack to them, that bait has to dart. That move right there, when I jerk that jerkbait down there, and it doesn't come wrapping around and grabbing that treble, That is the bear trap. That is the ultimate move that generates 90% of my bites day in and day out. And that is what that Mavrik does so well. That thing catches them all. And there you go. Right there is exactly what we're talking about. Hook is in the meat. That fish was not coming off. That Mavrik gets them.